Oh, we're live?
Oh my God, you're weird.
I know.
Hey, house guests. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 12 digital daily recap.
Oh, hi.
My brain is so trained to say updates and spoilers, but
I know, but this is Digital Daily Land, baby. We're in Canada.
That's correct.
That's what the computer says.
Well,
anyway.
we're not, but we're watching it.
The computer says we're in Canada.
No, it's not on right now.
Oh.
But anyway, our house guests of the day are Gelsey Kane and George Lane the Fourth.
Oh,
Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it so much, and we could not do this without you, so thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a holla. Woo!
Oh, it should have been more. Oh.
Yeah. So we have some things to discuss today. Things are getting interesting.
We have a lot of things to discuss today.
Things are getting interesting in this Big Brother Canada house.
Yes.
Sorry, again, I'm like about to die, so I have to have a cough drop. I know it's annoying when somebody has like gum or a cough drop or whatever in their mouth, but it's very necessary. So when we left off yesterday, Anthony was preparing to make his nominations.
Yes.
They've really been dragging this out.
Preparing to make his nominations for like a week now.
I think they're trying to get onto the regular schedule of like nominations Friday, veto Saturday, ceremony Monday.
Right.
But because this is the first week, it's all like messed up. So it feels like everything is super stretched out because it is.
Plus they got to get all those other comps in there. Like the food competition, but we'll get there.
They've had like multiple sponsored things going on already.
Yes. And like just getting them set up in the house and photo shoots and press and everything.
Yeah. So we do know who Anthony is planning on putting up on the block.
We've already known.
We saw it yesterday. He's planning on putting up Janine and Avery.
I already knew this information.
I know. This is the recap before we get into the new stuff.
Oh.
Remember how we do things? So Janine is his target because he feels like he can't control her. He heard from three people. Oh, that she is targeting him, which I don't know that that's true. I haven't heard her talk about wanting to target him.
I honestly don't think it's true.
Yeah.
I think it's just made up.
I don't know if
BS.
People were trying to throw her under the bus or if Dougie made that up as a cover story. Who knows?
It's bull.
Yeah. But also he knows that she is spearheading this girls' alliance, which is true. So he's got multiple reasons why he wants her out. Avery is just a pawn, and he actually wants to work with Avery, or at least use her. So he did let both Janine and Avery know that they're going to be going up on the block. And Avery, all too happy to be used by the All-Stars in this way. She's like, oh my God, you guys trust me? Like, that's amazing.
Father, use me.
Girl, wake up.
It's a cult. Get out.
Wake up! Janine was very confused upon hearing the reasons why she was going up on the block. Because again, she's wondering, who told you that I've been throwing your name out there? Because I have not been. Like, where is this coming from?
It's made up.
The Girls Alliance thing, she did not deny. I think maybe later she went back and was like, okay, that wasn't true. But like, come on. When he first brought it up, she didn't have a rebuttal for that. But she did say, I have not mentioned your name as a target.
I kept your name out my mouth.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be Janine and Avery going up on the block.
Not a traitor.
Correct. But we still have the power of veto, so we'll see what happens with that.
I can't wait for that, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to until Monday.
Probably. All right, so let's talk about what happened in the house yesterday, March 7th.
Okay.
This is today's Digital Daily.
Oh.
Okay. Overall, Dougie seemed pressed in this Digital Daily.
Yeah.
There is some friction in the house, which we're going to discuss in a little bit. But first, Janine was chatting with Donna and Lexus.
Janine, Donna, Lexus. So the
yeah. Donna and Lexus together crack me up.
They're like twins. If you don't watch the screen and you just listen to them, it sounds like the same person talking.
The house guests have been talking about how close Kayla and Donna are, but I love the Lexus and Donna duo. They're a lot of fun. But anyway, Janine is still hoping that Tola will be the target this week. She thinks Tola will be going up on the block with her because Avery has not clued her in that she's going to be the pawn this week.
You know what I love? I'm sorry, I just have to put this in here because I'll forget it later.
Okay.
I love Lexus walking around like Morticia Adams.
She really does. Just floating around. They did a whole like chunk.
Interpretation of other house guests.
Yeah, they did a whole chunk of this digital daily, which was just BS of people imitating each other's walks.
Right.
Which I'm okay with because we need a little bit of flavor.
Yeah. They don't have television. They don't have anything.
I'm talking about our entertainment. Like, we need to know who these house guests are.
No, but they need the entertainment too.
Oh, I don't care about that. I care about our entertainment. I'm saying purely from the standpoint of like what they're putting into.
Oh yeah,
we
want that.
I'm glad that they put some BS in there because we want to see.
I want to see what it's like.
Right. We don't need to only have gaming stuff.
Right. That's boring.
Yeah. So there was a big chunk of today's daily that was just people imitating each other's walks. And it was pretty funny.
Flav.
What was that?
Flav.
I don't remember that being in there.
It's not.
Oh, you just randomly saying that?
Yeah. Because I want the flavor. Yeah. Al Sharpton.
Anyway. So Janine, she's hoping that Tola will be on the block next to her and maybe they can get him out instead. Yes. But Anthony and Spicy V, we've already heard them discussing they want to keep Tola around for a while because they see him as a shield. He is a bigger target in front of them. People are going to want to take him out and that will buy them an extra week.
I would laugh so hard if Tola ended up winning HOH and took out Dougie.
Oh my God. That would be very funny. But I don't know that I see that happening. But imagine. Anyway.
Yeah.
Janine, I feel bad for her because she's already feeling people like avoiding her and treating her differently. And that just sucks. She's not even officially up on the block yet.
No.
That's a bummer.
She's dead woman walking.
I mean, you never know what could happen though. Especially week 1 when there's so much time.
Somebody could fall in the backyard and break their leg like Christmas.
You never know.
That just changed the whole dynamic of that season.
Yeah, it really did.
Yep.
Well, that one was a dumpster fire anyway. So
the dumpster fire continues.
Maybe it turned into what's the word?
Christmas in Memphis?
No, oh my God, don't get me started on that. But anyway, Janine leaves, goes to another room. Donna and Lexus are chatting alone, and they're talking about how they still want to stick with the girls. They want to make this alliance work. They're like 2 of the only people in the girls' alliance that are still hoping for this.
Right.
Maybe Janine, but Janine's like halfway out the door.
Yeah.
But it's funny because pretty much everybody else, Janine included, are in some other sort of side alliance of like 4 people. And these 2 have not really been invited to that yet.
It's like a side hug at church.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Donna is talking about how Anthony expects his entourage to vote how he wants this week. But Donna says if Tola is up next to Janine on the block, yeah, she wants to vote Tola out. She's like, I don't care what he's expecting me to do. That's what I'm doing. We love that energy.
Yes. Don't vote with the house. We don't want that.
Yes. We love someone who is willing to go against the grain and do what they want to do. So that's exciting.
That's what I've always wanted. That's all I've ever wanted.
I don't know about all, but
a lot of what I've ever wanted.
Yeah. So anyway, we also find out from this conversation that Donna and Lexus are both on slop. Yikes. That Canadian slop hits differently.
It's green.
It's nasty.
It looks like a horse threw it up. Like it ate its dinner and threw it up and into a horse bucket.
Wonderful. So they're on slop. We find out later Avery is also on slop. Maybe Matthew. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know who else, but we also don't know how this happened. It might be in relation to... I think it was
when Janine or J9 had the dirt on her face and her hair.
Whatever that competition was.
Maybe that wasn't dirt. Maybe that was slop.
Ugh, that's even grosser.
Because it kind of looked Odie.
I could see that.
Yeah.
So that could be part of it for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on.
Go for it.
Okay. This digital daily was chock full of Vivek. There was a lot of Vivek. I'm not a fan so far. But we have Vivek and Dougie chatting. Oh, great. 2 of my favorites in the house.
Now you know how Dougie feels.
Oh my God. So Vivek says, Dougie, I have to tell you something. The girls, I'm hearing that they think you have an alliance with Tola, Matt, and Todd.
Oh,
like
what?
some sort of a guys alliance brewing.
Why would he pick them?
I don't know. But Vivek says, Todd kind of spilled because he slipped up and he said to some of these girls that Anthony has those guys, like I guess his numbers or like in his pocket or whatever. Oh, Todd. So Vivek is like,
true?
If he said that, I don't know.
No, is it true that there is an alliance?
I don't think they have an official alliance, but they did talk.
Right.
I remember a scene in the storage room when they were talking about like taking out the girls, but I thought that Vivek was also part of that conversation. I don't know.
I thought that happened like a few days ago.
This was in one of the first digital dailies.
Right.
Yeah.
And we saw that on the digital daily, and that definitely was not like we are in an alliance.
Well, we don't know. Maybe they have solidified.
Okay.
We don't know. Also, it might not be solid and people are just seeing them talking together and suspecting there could be something.
That scene reminds me of it in A Christmas Story where they're waiting online to see Santa and the creepy kid with the aviator hat turns to Ralphie and goes,
Santa.
And that's when Todd was just like, I want to work with you.
Yeah. Well, Dougie is like, I don't care what Todd says. Todd hasn't even seen a full season of Big Brother.
I thought he said that about Tola.
No, he said that about Todd.
But he probably could say that about Tola too.
No, Tola's seen like a lot.
Has he? Because he doesn't seem like he knows what's going on.
He knows the game. He's just like not good socially so far. Yeah, he's struggling to connect with some of these people.
Is it because he's old?
I think it's because he's rude.
Because he hates women?
I don't know. On International Women's Day. Oh,
in this economy?
I don't know, but he's not gelling with people, especially the women. So anyway, Dougie is not happy. You can tell he's irritated in this conversation. And we know that he's already like not a fan of Vivek. And he doesn't like the way that Vivek moves through the house. He's spreading all this information or misinformation. And then I think he also just doesn't like the way that Vivek, now this is going to sound terrible. I feel like he feels that Vivek does not give him the
credit,
respect of like him being an all-star and then Vivek being a newbie. I feel like Dougie expects him to like not feel like he's on the same level. You know what I mean? Like Vivek will be like, oh, I want to tell you this and this and this.
But when it comes down to it, they are on the same level.
Right.
But Dougie doesn't think he's on the same level.
It's the way that Vivek presents the information.
And I'm here.
It's a housewives moment.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree. Dougie is struggling to actually manipulate this cast, and he doesn't have his bros there to help him.
It's like when Cody came back when Cody went on the Traders without his buddy.
Yeah.
Or his buddy to set up the show for him.
It's definitely a different dynamic this season, and I think he's getting frustrated that he does not have full control over the board.
Well, he's got control over Spicy V.
And Avery.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. But anyway, Dougie also, they were talking about Janine and whether or not she's dropped his name. She's claiming she hasn't, and Dougie does not seem to buy that. He's like, no, she is spearheading this alliance and she's dropping my name.
I think he knows that she's not, he's just sticking with this. That's his story and he's sticking to it. He's not going to walk it back at all.
I don't know.
Because if he did, then where would his sources be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said he had sources, so he's got to stick to his story. And he's kind of, it didn't happen. It really didn't happen.
I mean, we need to see some receipts if this did happen, because I'm questioning. We don't have the live feeds, so we don't know.
We need to, I mean, he kind of did say it today, didn't he?
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But Vivek shares the girls' theory that's been going around that maybe Tola was the one who was throwing Janine under the bus to Dougie.
No, it was a female.
Yeah, Dougie says it was not Tola. It was a female.
What are you, a cop?
I know, right? I hate
being referred to as a female.
Yeah, that's an adjective. You don't use that as a noun. Anyway, he's not going to share, definitely not with Vivek, who his sources are. So then Vivek's like, okay, well, what happens if Janine wins the power veto, or if Bailey wins the veto and uses it on Janine? Because there is this perception that those two are super tight, which is not totally the case.
No.
But Vivek is like pushing this with Dougie, and Dougie again is getting like super frustrated, and he's like, well, Bailey would never do that because I would like threaten her, blah, blah, blah. Like, she knows it's not going to be good for her game. And he just doesn't seem to think that Janine will win on her own, which I think is foolish.
To win so bad.
I think that is foolish because she's performed well in competition so far.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of the biggest problems that some people have when they come back and play again is underestimating your competitors.
Yes.
We've seen it on the Traders. It could happen here.
Absolutely.
So anyway, Anthony says, I haven't really considered what I would do if Janine came off the block. I didn't anticipate that being a problem. I took a calculated risk here. So he says, we'll cross that bridge if we get to it. All right. And then Vivek is like, well, I just want you to know, like, you should be careful because, Dougie's not going to like that. But he's like, you should be careful because...
Don't tell me.
Yeah, we don't need it going around the house that there is, like, a guys' alliance. And this is where Anthony is really agitated.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell by the way he was responding to this. He was just like, I don't care. Like, if people are saying there's a guys' alliance, whatever. Like, I know the truth. It's the same thing with the girls' alliance. Like, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. He was going on and on about this. And
if a girls' alliance didn't matter, why is he crucifying Janine for starting up a girls' alliance
because
if he's not worried about it?
Yeah, he's worried about it. He's plenty worried about it. But Vivek is just like, oh my God, I love having these conversations with you. Like, I could talk to you for hours. Dougie does not feel the same way.
He didn't say, me too.
Yeah. So after this conversation, Vivek goes and marches his ass to the bathroom and finds Bailey and starts talking to her.
I thought it was the storage room. It was the bathroom?
I thought it was the bathroom. So we could not hear what they were saying because the way that we saw this conversation
was through the spy screen.
Was through Dougie watching them on the spy screen.
He looked like he was bubbling up.
He was like,
yeah.
Whoa. He was like the guy, the villain guy in Napoleon Dynamite watching from the auditorium audience. You know what I'm talking about? The blonde
guy? Guy who's supposed to be in high school.
And he's just sitting in the audience like,
he's like,
that was Anthony watching Vivek and Bailey on the spy screen.
Yes.
So, after watching them for a few minutes, that convo breaks up. Anthony goes and grabs Bailey and brings her into the HOH room.
Oh, she got sent to the principal's office.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna have to call your parents.
Anthony's like, I saw you talking to Vivek on the spy screen.
She got caught smoking in the bathroom.
And he was like, it looked like a game conversation.
Do you read lips too?
Okay, but like this is really awkward and not a good look.
You were talking about me.
He looks super paranoid here. Is this the first year that they have a spy screen for Canada?
No.
I thought I saw somebody say that online.
Really? I thought they had one before.
I thought they did too, but maybe not.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they had one. If you know, put it in the comments.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It does seem like he's got HOH titles. Yeah, so he lets Bailey know, I saw you guys talking. And he wants to know, what was it about? What was he saying?
Was it about me?
Well, she was basically just like, he was asking me if I've talked to Janine, blah, 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 whatever. I don't even remember the details. But
it's like they drew a wiener on his car or something.
But anyway.
Dictation.
So you bring in the most random stuff. So then Dougie brings up that when Vivek was talking to him, he was asking what would happen if Bailey won POV and saved Janine. And Bailey was like, I wouldn't do that. Like, why do you think I would do that? But also,
what's wrong with you?
She's wondering, like, are we good?
Because like, in a fight?
Well, we're not there yet. Oh. I'm jumping ahead.
Sorry. So excited.
So, Bailey is like, are we okay? Because I'm getting weird energy from you and I need more reassurance.
Wasn't she all like, you walked out of the room the other day and I thought you were angry with me, or you didn't say anything to me, and why aren't we working together? Mm-hmm. And I hear that you are talking to Tola.
Yeah. Well, he says
lives in the house.
Yeah, but there's more. He's saying you are part of my team, like not just entourage, but like part of the group that I want to work with.
Say it. Tell me.
Is she though? I have my doubts, but
I feel like she's not.
Yeah. He seems to not like most of the people on his entourage.
No.
Yikes. Maybe should have thrown that comp to Spicy V. That's all I'm saying. So he's like, I thought we were on the same page. I don't just want you in this game. I need you in this game. So he even said that she's like the white female version of him.
No.
What?
No.
One of my favorite parts though was when she called him out and she was like, you call everyone mama or baby or whatever.
You call all the women mama.
And he was like, no, don't say that.
Not true.
Don't say that. I feel like this cast of women is not afraid to call him out.
This is a great cast of women.
This is not just like season 7 falling all over him.
Yeah.
They woke up a little bit.
I have not a sniff of a showman's, bromance, whatever man's. Well, this is like, these guys are down to play. DTP.
You mean ladies?
Everybody.
Oh, okay. Well,
except for maybe Matthew.
I was gonna say, apparently he's got googly eyes for Alexis.
I don't think she cares.
Yeah, I don't think she's into him, but
no.
If he's into her, I don't know. So anyway, he says it feels like she's not really trusting him. And Bailey's like, well, I've seen you palling around with Tola. Mm-hmm. And Tola, I'm not good with him. So it makes me wonder, like, mm-hmm. Am I not good with you? And it's making her really nervous. And at this point, they seem very annoyed with each other. This is, again, Anthony having a very awkward conversation mm-hmm. with one of his entourage members.
And boy, it was getting heated.
Yeah, and then Bailey was like, go ahead.
Are we in a fight? Are we good?
And he was like, no, we're not in a fight. Kind of in a little bit of a tiff, I would say.
Voices were raised.
This conversation was going in circles. It was going on for a while.
I'm surprised there weren't people outside of the HOH door like, what's going on in here? I hear voices being raised.
Dougie did admit at one point that a female told him about the alliance,
Officer,
the girls'
please.
Alliance. Yeah, but he wouldn't say who it was. We know it was Spicy V. That's who he's referring to. But anyway, they resolved that. They hugged, whatever. Yeah, and
side hug.
Yeah, just a reminder too. Bailey is in a sling right now. I don't know. I think it's her shoulder. She said
that was probably from like the slop contest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Sloppy contest.
Right. So
sloppy steaks.
Anyway, then. A little while later, we have Spicy V and Dougie chatting in the HOH room. Mm-hmm. And Spicy V is like, all right, I have a few things to tell you. First of all, beware of Bailey.
I already know.
We just saw that long-ass conversation between the two of them, so I think he's aware. Also, she shares the theory that Janine has that Tola was the one who tried to throw her under the bus to Anthony, but like even Spicy V says in that moment, it was me. Yikes. She also shares that people are starting to think that there's a guys alliance with Dougie, Tola, Todd, and Matt.
I've already heard this.
Yeah, I mean, everything that she was bringing to him, he had already heard from other people. So that was interesting. But
so
Dougie,
what does he need her for?
A shield?
No, because she's not hated. She's loved.
I mean, I wouldn't say Dougie's hated at this point.
I would say he's feared.
He's making enemies quickly, though, I think he's going to have a really tough time here because this is not the setup that he's used to.
No.
But he tells Spicy V, I think that Vivek is the one going around and stirring up all this crap. He is the one who is spreading all these rumors, and then he's blaming it on people that he won't name.
Right.
And Spicy B's like, I think you're right. I think he is the one causing all this drama. So then Dougie shares the whole Bailey and Vivek spy screen drama situation encounter. And
to which Spicy B was like, oh,
she was eating this up.
Yeah, no crumbs.
Yeah. And Dougie says, we're going to be in trouble if Vivek wins HOH because he is not an ally at this point. Not for you anyway.
Honestly, I don't think he would go after Dougie.
I think he would at some point. I don't know if he'd do it this early.
If he won like the next HOH.
Yeah, I don't know if he would strike this early, but he has said that he does not want Anthony to make it deep into this game.
Right. I don't think he's done using him yet, though. He would use him as a shield.
It's possible.
But when you play with fire, you're gonna get burned.
Well, we already heard them discuss this the day before, but Dougie brings up again that Matt is super close to Vivek. But Dougie wants to be able to use Matt himself. So he's trying to still come up with a plan for how they can pull Matt away from Vivek's clutches. Yeah, so Dougie's realizing that Matt is like googly-eyed for Lexus, which we mentioned earlier. And he wants to have Lexus like say something to Matt that will have him doubting Vivek because maybe he'll listen to her because he's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's really annoying that they're trying to like use Lexus in this way. I don't know. It's gross to me. But anyway, getting back to this week's situation, Dougie is not worried about Janine potentially winning the power veto.
You should be.
Don't underestimate her. But he is worried. What if Avery wins and then she's going to take herself down and I have to make an enemy out of someone and put somebody up on the block? I think it'd be a lot of fun. So anyway, that was it for that.
Okay.
Later, we have Vivek talking to Donna. And he was talking about how he had checked in briefly with Bailey. This is after Bailey had her little tiff with Anthony. Yeah. And apparently she told Vivek, I need to distance myself from you because Dougie was like,
I can't meet you in the dumpster anymore. He knows.
He can see us. He can see us in the dumpster. So yeah, Vivek is definitely shooketh by this now. He's probably realizing like, oh crap, I don't think Dougie likes me so much. Uh-oh. Drama. So then this was interesting. Todd and Vivek had a little game chat. Oh, Todd.
Todd is playing dumb.
Yeah, he said, I'm not as dumb as I'm acting. I want everyone to think that I'm dumb. I want them to underestimate me. He says he's playing it up. What do you think?
I think maybe to a certain extent, but like on a scale of dumb to smart. I mean, I don't know how high he's placing on the smart meter.
I don't know how familiar he is with the game. I'm going to say not super familiar.
I think he's good in the School of Hard Knocks.
I was going to say, I think he has the street smarts to read people. And know who he can trust and who he can't.
Like he doesn't know strategy, but when he is not, when he's just like blending into the background, he's taking everything in and nobody is really noticing him because they think he's dumb. And
I think that's smart. He should play that up.
It is smart, but does he know the right people to give the information to so that it can be used to its best usefulness?
Well, he does want to try and set up some sort of an alliance.
Okay.
He was talking to Vivek and he's like, what if we go for like an East Coast angle? And he was like, obviously me and you. He wants to talk to Bailey. Not Bailey. He wants to talk to Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey.
And try and pull her in.
Yeah.
Wait, was it?
Yeah, it was Bailey.
Yeah, it was. Because they kept calling her Billy. I guess that's how he says her name.
Bailey.
Yeah. I don't know.
He has a very interesting accent.
Yeah, he does. I don't know how on board Bailey's going to be with this, considering what just went down with Anthony and having to distance herself from Vivek. I don't know. But anyway, Todd is also wanting to bring in a fourth, but he's not sure who yet.
Yes.
He thinks maybe Elijah could be good, but Vivek was like strongly opposed. He thinks that Elijah would potentially spill if anyone like interrogated him or like pressed him for information.
I don't think he would.
Yeah. He also said he just doesn't like fully trust Elijah.
Really?
Which is interesting.
Is anybody working with Elijah?
We don't know. We haven't seen more than like 2 minutes of him on the digital dailies.
Yeah.
Everyone's always asking him to leave the room because they need more time to talk. Like,
that's so sad.
We haven't seen much of him so far, so it's hard
I guess nobody's working with him.
It's hard to figure that out.
Goodbye, Goose. Get out.
I could see him hanging around for a while because people
I
are
really
just
like him.
Goose, whatever. I don't know.
I like him.
Well, in conclusion,
I don't know if he's got legs though.
We'll see. Vivek and Todd were like, let's kind of just like take this week slow. Let's figure things out. You better figure things out quickly because Vivek is going to be in trouble
next week.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe this week.
We'll see. Well, he's safe this week.
Oh, is he on?
He's on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on Dougie's team. Well, anyway, by the end of this digital daily, they had still not done
nominations
yet. I think they're doing them today.
Right.
So
when we were watching the digital daily, I was thinking, oh, these suckers are doing their thing while we're watching the broadcast show right now, and they don't even know.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if there is a digital daily tomorrow or not. They said on the Twitter, on their Twitter that it's only going to be weekdays, but just going off of last season, they had Saturdays, but I don't know. Maybe they're not doing Saturdays
I remember
anymore.
them saying that it was going to be like 5 last season and it was 6.
Well, that's why I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to check every 15 minutes to see if we have a snow day or not.
If there is a digital daily, I will be covering it. Right. If there's not, then I will not. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Thank you all so much for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy your weekend.
Have a good one.
And
don't forget to turn your clocks
ahead. Big weekend.
Spring ahead.
More sunlight.
Yay.
So, thanks, everybody. See you next time. And until then,
much love. Bye.
Bye.